Hello, everybody. Tim here for a movie review on The Mummy. So, this is the new one starring Tom Cruise, and it is a reimagining of the Mummy story, which we've seen at this point oh so many times. And, I was looking forward to this one. I like Tom Cruise. I think the Mission Impossible movies are really fun. I loved Edge of Tomorrow, and I like his older stuff too, obviously. Like, I'm a big Top Gun fan. And I've liked him in pretty much everything. There's not a lot of movies he's in that I just don't enjoy. But because this one was it's a little different for him. It's still like kind of an action, but lately he's just been playing kind of the same guy. He's good at doing it, but he's been playing like the same dude. This one's a little different. And this one he's kind of a butthole. He's not very likable at all, but because he's Tom Cruise, we like him in the movie. So I was excited to see it based on that, and because it's a different part for him, and this whole thing surrounding this universal dark universe where this is the kickoff. It's the Mummy, and then they're gonna give us like Dracula and Bride of Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monster and all these movies. Invisible Man. I believe I also read Swamp Thing and Phantom of the Opera, or not Swamp Thing. Creature from the Black Lagoon. So they're gonna do all of these movies, and this is the kickoff. This is the one to start it all. And is it good? No. It's not good, but it's not awful either. The movie to me is it's very okay for the whole thing up until about the last 10 minutes, and then it just becomes utter crap. But for the first this movie's about an hour and 50 minutes long, and for about the first hour 25, hour 30, I was sitting there. I'm like, it's whatever. It's fine. There was nothing offensively bad. They try to do a lot of humor that doesn't work. And they try to, like mess with the mythology a little bit. And for the most part, the mythology is interesting. It keeps you interested in the movie, but it doesn't do anything so new that you like are, oh my god, I want to see what I'm so excited to see what happens next. I didn't get that. And that's the other thing about this movie that's a big negative to me, is they didn't focus on a mummy story. The movie's called The Mummy, and granted, there's lots of mummies, there's lots of action, but it didn't feel like a mummy movie. It felt like a, hey, here's a setup movie for the eventual next mummy movie and the rest of these monster movies. And so that's like my other big negative, is that Russell Crowe's in the movie as Jekyll and Hyde, and his part is, it's big enough, but he's just there to give exposition and set up the next movies, which is fine, but it doesn't flow very well. It feels very choppy. And I didn't know this until recently, but this movie had like 6 screenwriters, and you can tell while you're watching it, it just feels very choppy. But like I said, nothing's offensively bad until about the last 10 minutes. And then it just kind of goes to shit. And all of the like goodwill you had for Tom Cruise or any of the other characters just goes out the window, and it doesn't end on a strong note. And I will say this, that the last scene, not just like the last 10 minutes, but the last scene itself, Tom Cruise is with another character in the movie, who was in the movie throughout, and there's like an exchange of dialogue and of what happens. It's just so utterly ridiculous and stupid that, like I was saying, all the goodwill I might have had to say, like, okay, it wasn't terrible enough, I would check out another one just to see, it's kind of out the window, which is upsetting because, I am interested in a monster universe like this where all of these creatures are in one universe, but it kind of the way this one was put together just makes me think that if I saw any more of these movies, I wouldn't like them, which is too bad because, like I said, Tom Cruise is great. Russell Crowe does an okay job, and there's some fun action, but it's not gonna be the big summer blockbuster that I wanted it to be. And you know what's really funny is I wasn't really looking forward to Wonder Woman at all, and I was looking forward to this, and those have just completely flipped now. Like I would watch Wonder Woman 2, 3 more times in theaters alone, and I don't know if I'm ever gonna have the urge to watch this Mummy movie again, unless another one comes out and it's great, and then maybe I go back. But other than that, I don't feel the urge to ever sit down and check this one out again. So, unfortunately, guys, I hate to break it, but yeah, it's a bad one. I would not recommend going and checking out in the theaters. If you like just a random stupid action Tom Cruise movie to watch in the middle of the day, wait till it comes out on TV, and then watch it there. All right, guys. Well, if you liked this review, hit that like button and hit subscribe. That helps me out a great deal. Helps me bring you more content. And let's put up some other reviews here. Let's go with Captain Underpants and Wonder Woman. We'll put those two up, and I'll have a review for It Comes at Night coming soon. I also saw that this evening. Spoiler alert, I loved it. So we'll catch you next time, guys, and until then, have a good one.